Good evening. Welcome to your Ass Hurts News Network. Coming to you live from the tip top of Cock Tower Square with your host, Sergeant Friday. Sarge, how you doing?
Cletus, I'm doing
Yes, sir.
awesome. Always doing awesome. Had me a hell of a T-bone today. I cooked on the grill while I was in the pool.
Well, it's a miracle that you are awake.
I, you know, I stopped eating a whole pound and a half at once, bro. Because that put me in a meat coma. That shit was crazy. I'd wake up thinking it was a different day of the week. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But man, it's just so good. You got to take one more bite. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've exercised restraint because after all, I've got to keep my figure in shape because I don't know. When you get older, you don't want to be fat and sloppy when you're old. You know what I'm
why is
saying?
why is that?
Well, life is tough enough when you're trying to get yourself some fucking tail. Being fat and sloppy don't help. You
Oh
know,
fuck, that's funny.
and you want them patting you on the ass, but not to check your wallet size. But if that's all you're down to, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? When I sit down, my wallet makes me a couple of feet taller. But what good is that if I'm so big and fucking sloppy? It just gets absorbed into the ass cheek. That's just no good.
Oh fuck, that's funny.
It is fucking funny. What in the fuck is going on in this world? Chaos. Listen, I've seen some more of these videos. I don't know if they're fake. They're showing a video of that kid actually a person caught him carrying that fucking rifle, that shooter at Trump. It's
Really?
fucking crazy, bro. Yeah.
Caught him on the
Yeah.
ground packing that rifle.
Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing too. Listen, there's no way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Sometimes you've got to reach a conclusion based on the evidence shown. And there's no way that kid didn't get a free pass to that fucking building. There's just no way.
So
It's the most impossible fucking thing on it'd be almost like you wake up tomorrow morning and you're on the moon and everything's fine.
So the video that you've seen where somebody caught him walking with that rifle, would
Yeah.
it was did it appear that he was in any way, shape, or form trying to conceal himself or the rifle, or was he just
No,
meandering through?
he had concealed. It was under his arm,
Okay.
under the length up at the stock up under his armpit. That had to smell good when he put it up to his fucking face. But and then and then it ran down the length of his body and turned in towards his leg.
Yeah.
So you could see a high, you could see now. If now again, wait a minute. Let me just condition this, folks. This could also be one of these stupid fucking piece of shit, bubbly fucking water jerk off fucking videos. All
Yeah.
right, be aware.
Yeah.
And I want to know how come no one's going after and just fucking demonetizing the jerk offs that told you there were 2, 3, and 4 fucking shooters, water towers, the fuck, and all the other shit. Anyhow, yeah. But tonight's show. Listen, folks. I think tonight's show. I think we're going to see what President Johnson predicted when he signed the Civil Rights Act. I think what you're going to see is that Black America ain't going to be voting for Democrats anymore. He said they had them for sure for the next 50 years or more. And I think you're seeing a fucking shift within the black community in a way that's just unheard of. For instance, of the blacks that vote, 92% voted for Biden and 8% voted for Trump. And let me just put this in perspective to show you how important it is that the blacks don't deviate from that. When we go back here, I'll give a presentation. I'm going to be professional.
Look at that.
Let me just go back. Can you see that?
I can.
I was going to put a picture of my penis up there, but the screen ain't big enough. However, talker. I don't know if you could see me highlight the states, but this, folks, is very important to follow, and it's very simple to follow. If you look at the state of Arizona, Trump lost that state by 0.4% or 11,000 votes out of 3.3 million votes. That's how close that state was. Trump is leading in Arizona right now. He's also leading in Nevada, where he did lose but he only lost by 73,000 votes. Now, he was never projected to win that, but this time around, because Nevada isn't a solid diehard blue state like California, Oregon, or Washington, they have a history of voting, they go both ways, these people. But so stick with Arizona, okay? Jump over to Georgia. Trump lost there by 11,000 votes. 0.3% of the population was voted for Biden over Trump. And when you jump up to the Midwest, you'll see, for instance, in Wisconsin, Trump lost by 0.6%. These three states, Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin, would absolutely give Trump the win. He won't even need Pennsylvania. You've got 16 here. You got 10 here. That's 26. 37 electoral votes brings him to 269 electoral votes, which means the Congress itself would decide who would be the tiebreaker. And it's the newly elected Congress that does that. And anyone that has 26 states under their belt, whatever political party carries the 26 states, and you look how few states the Democrats are winning. They win like 20 or something. 20, yeah. 20, 22. They would obviously pick their candidate, the Republican, to become president. So under this situation, we're talking about, well, here's another state. He lost by 2.5% in Michigan. He could potentially win Michigan, but Wisconsin seems like it would be very difficult for Kamala Harris. And again, this is against Biden, but for Kamala to pull these numbers in Wisconsin, there's a decent black population there. We know Georgia has a very big black population there, and not so much in Arizona, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just these two states, and Pennsylvania has a very big black population as well. And in Pennsylvania, look, he lost by 1.2%. He didn't lose by that much, is what I'm trying to say, folks. The difference in what it took to win the last election was tens of thousands of votes, under 100,000. I think the number is, I could do the math quickly, but let me just say safely 56,000 votes. If 56,000 votes between Arizona, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Pennsylvania, if 56,000 votes went the other way, President Trump would have been president a second term. That's the margin of error. That's the margin that he has to overcome.
Yeah.
So if we accept the outcomes of that election as honest and fair, and even if you consider it cheating, the catch-22 with cheating in an election is if there's 100,000 voters, there's 100,000 voters. That's it. You can't have 105,000 votes counted, right?
Right.
Okay. So when you break down the diversity of those two, whether they're blue or red, out of the 100,000, that's how you determine the winner. But again, you cannot exceed the 100,000. And that's the point that I made in 2020. The reason that he lost by these small margins were because so many Republican districts that he carried by larger percentages in 2016, a lot of those districts went more percentage to Biden than they had Clinton. That's where I said the cheat took place. And they had the cheat taking them out of the Republican areas because, again, you only have so many Democrat votes that you can count. There's only so many registered voters in all of these areas. And so there's a limit to cheating. So even if they stuffed all the Democratic ballots, which is what people accuse happened, I'm not saying they didn't do that, but the difference wasn't in the Democrat stuffing. It was in these small counties where votes were counted for Biden rather than Trump as they should have been. That's why he lost that election. And this time through, what I want to point out is Trump has gotten 8 or 10% of the black vote. Trump doesn't need to even jump that much. Just doesn't need it, 1% in these states. So 49.5 to 49.2 in Georgia. I don't know if is that highlighting on your screen when I do that? Because I can't see.
I can see the box that comes up over it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you see the difference in vote there?
Yeah.
You got 12,000, 11,000 vote difference. That's all he needs. What he needs, and then the 11,000 vote is going to come. I promise you, it's going to come from minorities and Republicans re-voting for Trump or voting for Trump in bigger numbers. So Georgia's, he can't lose Georgia. I think he's up by 3 now. Pennsylvania, the same thing. There's a big black community in Pennsylvania. and look at the difference in votes.
Well, let me ask you this, right? I do get what you're saying in terms of the most difficult of situation, right? That's all he's got to do.
Right.
But I'm starting to wonder if it's going to be as difficult, because one of the things I've been wondering is, number one, will we have as many votes in total as we had last time?
Right.
Will the Democratic Party have as many, even remotely close to what they got last time?
I don't think they will, because a lot of the people are either going to not vote, or and again, this is against Biden.
Right.
With Kamala Harris, there's going to be a different type of turnout. You're going to get a lot of those idiots like you did with Hillary. I think you're going to see a repeat of the Hillary results here with Kamala.
Yeah.
It only makes sense, because we can see how that election with Hillary carried out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see the same thing happening with Kamala, but maybe even worse. I predict he's going to win Nevada, Arizona. He's going to win. Hang on. This map expanded on me here. What did it do? I strongly suggest he's going to win Nevada, Arizona. Where'd that map go? There it is. Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And when you add all of those votes up, that's 30, 46, 47, 57, 63. That'll bring Trump over 300 electoral votes. I don't see how she has a path to win these two states right here. Georgia and Pennsylvania are 36. If he wins Arizona or Nevada, he don't even need Arizona. But if he wins Nevada, he doesn't need Arizona. If he wins Arizona and doesn't get Pennsylvania, he needs Wisconsin. He's got many, many paths to victory on this map. Where Kamala really doesn't, because these states do flip back and forth. Sometimes Arizona's historically voted for both Democrat and Republican presidents. So is Nevada. Georgia, no, except for the last time with that bullshit, with that Kemp let Stacey Abrams take care of, put a Democrat fucking operative brought all the voting machines into Georgia. And then in Pennsylvania, that's always been a tough state for Republicans, but with the economy the way it is, Pennsylvania historically votes economy, and so does Wisconsin, because these Rust Belt states depend on manufacturing and jobs, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But here's what I think is going to happen. Why I brought this forward. Will Black Americans rebuild America again by voting Trump? And I think that there's just no way it can't play out that way. There's too many streamers out here. There's dozens of these fucking people out here that sound listen, if you closed your eyes, you think you were talking to a Trump supporter since 2015, and they're not. They're absolutely not. All right. They didn't vote for Hillary because they couldn't.
So let me ask you this: are they talking negatively about Kamala or positively about Trump, or both?
Both.
Okay.
They're pointing out how much better things were under Trump.
Okay.
Than they are now, and how Kamala is part of the cabal of Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are pointing out we didn't vote for her. She ain't black. She's not like me. That's one of their slogans. Not like me. She's not a black American. Absolutely not. Her father is English, Indian, or Irish and Indian, raised in Jamaica. He's not even really Jamaican. Maybe, I don't know if he was born there, but he doesn't have Jamaican blood in him, from what I understand. Yeah. And her mother is Indian. So she's definitely not black. And yet she plays herself off to be. And that really, you remember that rally where they had those women shaking their ass on the stage?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Dude, that pissed off a lot of black voters. And I'm not talking about Republican black voters. I'm talking about just black folks in general.
Yeah.
Right? You bringing that shit to us, shaking your ass, talking all that shit, rapping on the stage. They didn't like that at all. Because that's when they said to themselves, they're pandering. The other thing that's happening that you're not seeing anything in the news about are all these big black streamers. You see how Trump went to that kid Aiden, and then he went to Elon?
Uh-huh.
Right? Ain't nobody bringing her out like that, but these black people are blowing her in by showing receipts. She's offering to pay me 50 grand to promote her and denigrate Trump.
Wow.
These streamers, they ain't buying our vote no more. We're done with these lies. We're done with this bullshit. You buy our vote and then you disappear for 4 years. There's a dramatic shift in the black community in America. And it may not be an overwhelming shift, and it's not like 80% of them changed. It won't be that big, but it doesn't need to be, especially when you review the map and you see where the election will be won or lost. In Miami-Dade, in Florida, I said this the night of the election. I've said it constantly. Look at Trump. He won that thing by over 3 percentage points. That is a margin of victory that hadn't been had in Florida since Ronald Reagan. Literally. Nobody has won the state of Florida that way, with that many different votes. Trump killed it. Most of his votes that he killed it over, look at that, 52. He got 276,000 votes in the Democrat Miami-Dade and Broward County, more than he did in 2016. That's not going to go away. That's going to come back plus. So it's going to be very interesting, and I suspect that Black Americans are going to be have a bigger role to play in getting Trump over the finish line. You got to start looking around. I'm going to get a list of links of all the people I subscribe to and start putting the links out.
Yeah.
And post them in this show so people can go listen to these streamers. And it's amazing. See, they're within the Black community. They're bringing you videos and they're interviewing Black people, and they're right.
Yeah.
And it's not some white dude walking around with a microphone. It's another like person.
Right.
And what you're hearing from the community, they're like, what's Kamala's last name? Nobody knows. Who? Kamala. She's right. I don't know her last name. No, yeah, right. And then people that just say, well, we vote Democrat, they're getting beat on. Vote Democrat. You're paying $5 for eggs. Good as voting Democrat. They were $1 under Trump.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be an interesting cycle of election to watch. And I got out of politics, but I think that the niche market and the political story that's going to come from this is Black Americans woke up. And they started voting just like traditional Americans vote, just with their fucking wallet. Okay? And not because you bought their vote. Not because you made promises, but because you've invaded their wallet to the point. And I'm going to play a video to show us. This is a Democratic voter, and I'm going to show you guys this particular video. I'm going to stop sharing that. Let me get that off the screen with the election.
I mean, in theory, right? If you look at if you take in the economy angle and just I have to assume the overwhelming majority of perception of Kamala, you would almost think he kind of has to win by a bigger margin than what he won against Hillary.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. He's going to beat her by a margin bigger than Hillary. And look at it's these key things that we've always saw as white people looking out towards the Black community. The pandering, the lying. I say that all of the people that are in the Black mainstream, the mainstream media that includes Blacks, those that are house slaves, those are the ones that are supposed to denigrate and corral and keep the field slaves in order. And every single Black representative you see on the television is not a representative of any single normal Black person in America. It'd be like, they just aren't. They're allowed into the castle. They're allowed into the master's house. They're allowed to get into the limousines. They're allowed to fly on these planes. They're the chosen ones among these white supremacists that is the Democratic Party. And they parade these Blacks out and they hide behind them. They bring them on their panels and they sound like if you close your eyes or if you threw a white filter over them, they'd sound like any white leftist fucking liberal anyway, because that's exactly what these Blacks did and do. They did that for their masters during the time of slavery, and they're doing it now. There is a large group of Black people that have always followed the money, and they didn't give a fuck if they were pandering to their own people, as long as Master made sure that they were doing well.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's been for hundreds of years. So, and this woman's video, you got to watch this. This is what I mean. This is not superficial shit that black people are discussing now. So I'm going to play this. It's a very short clip, couple of minutes.
I need this message to go out to our vice president who's running for president. I have heard all over social media about, excuse me if I say anything wrong, immigrants getting loans, money. It was hard for me to believe. It was just extremely hard for me to believe. I've been in business such a long time. Back in 2019, I purchased my first food truck. It cost me over $25,000. I paid it cash money. I worked hard to pay for this truck. I'm now selling it because I'm doing other things, but I'm selling it. I had a guy come to look at purchasing my vehicle or my food truck. And he explained to me he's an illegal immigrant. He has no credit. He has no money in the bank. But he showed me his paperwork that he will receive funds to purchase my food truck. I'm thankful that he's buying it, but I'm hurt that I worked so hard to pay cash for my food truck. I have good credit, can't even get a business loan because of the color of my skin. I have veterans in my family. I'm a veteran. I've been self-employed for so long. But somebody, please tell me, how do I work so hard to have somebody who comes to this country, not long, no credit, and he shows me paperwork where they'll be funding him money to buy my food truck. And when I talked to the bank, they told me usually they have to go straight to a dealership because I'm a private sale. But for special circumstances, they're going to, they allow it. But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades. Couldn't get a business loan, but I bust my ass to get the money to create my business. And we got immigrants coming here. And they're getting money. Money! We're doing nothing but just being here. It's not right, and I want answers.
Now, this is just one woman. Obviously, she's a Democrat. Obviously, she voted for Biden and Harris, right?
Yeah.
And she's slowly coming to the end. She'll understand before the election, I promise you. She'll understand what's happening. And that the marginalization of the black is on full fucking force. It always has been with the Democrats, always. She'll come around because there's so many blacks out there telling stories like that, Cleveland. Real life examples. That it's just incredible. I mean, I would rather listen to that group of people than the people I've listened to in politics over the last many years. Because it's so nice to watch people have like an awakening or a moment of realization, and just like, fuck it, I'm just not playing no more.
So part of me wonders, right? The pandering, I don't think that's necessarily limited to a race, right? I do understand where you're coming from, but I mean, quite honestly, people of all colors and backgrounds do the same shit, right? They'll as long as somebody's talking what they want to hear, they'll go along with it and not think twice, right?
Well, no, but pandering is more than that. Pandering isn't coming up with topics that you might agree with. Pandering is in joining yourself to be just like them. to share and their fears to share and their culture to share. I mean, so like, and you could see that how now it's failing because to the people that are managing Kamala, they think that she's going to embed herself with blacks by showing that she likes the same thing blacks does. So she starts out with rap music, and that's now backfiring.
Well, and so where I was going with that is I wonder if this whole, this whole woke movement, right? Because I mean, honestly, I'd never heard of it till probably, I don't know, 2019. I don't even know that it was a widely known term, right? And I wonder if that was not a preparatory step because the Democratic Party knew they were going to lose black voters, and in order to cushion their fall, they would convert as many white into submission as they possibly could to make up for that. Does that make sense?
Maybe, yeah. I honestly don't see that many whites joining in the Democratic Party over the historical averages, but you do see this cycle. And listen, I never witnessed. There's a couple of, like, Candace Owens got famous, and I'm not a fan of hers at all because all she is a propaganda fucking spool. That's all she is. The black people that I've exposed myself to now are just uniquely different in that they are conscious of the inequity, and they're conscious that the inequity spans all of us. So in other words, they don't act like they should be getting something like an illegal for free. They're furious that their money is being given to people that have just crossed the border illegally, just like you and I would be. So, and my point is that they're more. It's more than a race thing for them, and so many of them are looking at it as if we're all in the same fucking boat, and color ain't got nothing to do with it. And they're waking up to that.
Right.
Their hardship is my hardship. My hardship is theirs. And they're getting sick and tired of saying that there's an inequity here when they all know that they could do anything you and I can do. Their skin color doesn't matter at all. Licensing, driving, flying, vacationing, working. They know. They're not stupid. And more of that message is being pushed across the black community by people like that. And it's almost like a movement within that group of people, which is long fucking overdue. Because they've been their own worst enemy and just oblivious to it. Right? I mean, how many black kids, like, here's the other thing too, and I've said this to people a lot of times. Would we need illegal immigration if we hadn't killed over 20 million black babies? Would we need workers? If that's your argument, the answer is no. But all these abortion clinics stuck in all of these inner cities. And it's birth control, treating it like a fucking transaction and dehumanizing the human being.
Yeah.
And that's the result of the black community in America. That's all being done by Democrats. And I think it's the most atrocious genocidal fucking thing that people have willingly done to themselves, unwittingly, right? Mm-hmm. They were told something and they bought into it, maybe for their own selfish reasons, not to have to pay for the kid or no child support, no rearing the kid, no being kept back because you can't go party with a kid, and whatever their reasons may be, they bought into this idea of that being birth control. And it's just a very sad fucking situation in the black community with that. And there's so many millions of them that have been killed, and it's called healthcare. I don't know how fucking slaughtering 20 million human beings is healthcare. I just never got that. That always just struck me as like, wow. That's some sheer. If healthcare means fucking death and eradication, then why did Kevorkian go to jail? He didn't kill anybody that didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
Right. I know a lot of people love Candanoas because too many people, Cotton Candy, are just you're so stuck in the propaganda drama that you don't realize it. All she's doing is pushing propaganda upon you. She's giving weight to the bullshit that she discusses. And transgenderism is a bullshit fucking topic. Most of the things that she addresses, the gender is bullshit fucking. Look, it's the most unreal topic of all yet. She'll engage it constantly with those types of people. Why is she giving them people airtime? Why is she spending her time in the black community saying some of the things you hear me say? I mean, for fuck's sakes. Same thing with Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro. Those fuck. Listen, I wouldn't wipe my ass with any of them. I wouldn't even let them near my ass. Okay. They're useless fucking propagandists that are making money based on views and clicks. And you know, this Ben Shapiro acts like he's the smartest man in the fucking world. And he's got you conned. He's got millions of people conned. So does Candace. So does Charlie Kirk. So does many of these talking heads. These damn Bonginos, these fucking people they're not here to help you. They're here to enrich themselves and pat themselves on the back because look at that. I'm eating in the best restaurants. I'm flying first class, hanging out and rubbing elbows with all the important people. That's what they're there for. They're not there for you or me. I ain't fucking con to the fuck. You know, if you believe it, if you support and you're down with Candace Owens, you're fucking con to the point of complete brainwash. You're shot. You're gone, honey. You got to come back from that nonsense. That woman doesn't do anything but help the left. She gives the left traction by engaging in the left-wing fucking topics of idiocy. It's the same thing with arguing about global warming. The idiocy of it is enormous. And how many of these people want to engage in that topic and they'll go and try to debate left-wingers on global warming? Man, shut the fuck up. Talk about the kids that are kidnapped and murdered at the fucking border. Go find Sebastian Rogers. Go do fucking something. Then I would have respect for a Candace Owens or a fucking Charlie Kirk or the other jerk off Ben Shapiro. The only people they're helping is them fucking selves, and they're doing it because people are convinced that they're on their fucking side and they share their views. Ben Shapiro would suck cock if it could make him millions of dollars. I don't give a fuck what he tells you he is as a Jew. Okay? None of the fucking people are any good. They aren't. They're not doing what they have the power to literally change the world. Literally fucking change the world. And what are they fucking wasting it on? Enriching themselves? Rubbing elbows? Kissing ass? Fucking jerk off motherfuckers.
Well,
It's
I would
a
say
fucking tragedy.
the worst part of it is that they're promoting useless fucking behavior, right?
Correct.
I mean that's ultimately the worst thing about it, right? Is you're promoting useless fucking behavior. Because
Right.
if you create a channel that or a platform based on criticizing whatever views, no matter what the fucking genre, politics, true crime, whatever, right? If that's what you're doing, you're ultimately bringing attention to the shit that you're criticizing. And
Right.
if you're entertaining enough about it and you get people's adrenaline going, you get their emotions up, you're going to find a portion.
Wait. Hang on. Cotton candy. I wouldn't wipe my ass with your tongue, you stupid cunt. Go fucking hang out with your Candace Owens and your Ben Shapiro's, you useless fucking bag of water. Goodbye. Okay? I'm fucking so much smarter than so many of you motherfuckers out there that run around thinking, oh, Trump is my savior. You fucking jerk off motherfucker. Oh, sorry, Cletus. Fucking people have no idea the benefit I offer you. You ain't offering me shit. I don't need fucking egg, Cletus. I just don't need the people. People do need an asshole like me to remind them just how fucking stupidly brainwashed they are, trapped in the fucking bullshit with Candace Owens. I love her. I'll kick you both in the fucking cunt. Cletus?
Well, and I mean, agreeing with the things that she criticizes is, you know, that's your personal opinion. But the point of it is about what she's doing. We don't need somebody to tell us how to criticize other things. We can do that all on our own. What these people with platforms need to do is provide solutions or provide attention to the real issues.
There you go. And in that they would then change the world.
Right, exactly. Right. And that's what I mean, right? By the danger in them and the real damage that they do is they promote the behavior that they show. Because at the end of the day, there's no point in sitting and arguing about transgenderism or anything like that, because people are going to make their own fucking choices to do whatever the fuck they want to do, because it's America and that's what we can do.
Correct. And they should be allowed to with no fucking interference by me. But don't push your fucking beliefs on me, and I'm not going to push my beliefs on you. And that's why all of this argument keeps happening, because people like Candace Owens keep shining the fucking spotlight on them. That's all they talk about is shit like that. And the woke and this. And it's a useless fucking topic. The real topic is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris just simply started following Donald Trump's energy plan yesterday. Literally. That's news. The fuck did he hope? Why did he wait all these years? Now that we're all fucked up and we can't afford eggs, now you're going to try to fucking fix it? You fucked it up, you jerk off. You destroyed everything Trump put in place for a strong economy. And now you want to, you don't want to tax tips after you hired 37,000 IRS agents to just track that? That's one of the main things they were supposed to track. You're part of that, Biden and Harris. Those are important issues. And yet, what does fucking Kamala and all these other people want to talk about? How much smarter they are than some fucking confused kid that thinks having 57 genders is a thought worth having. For fuck's sake, we live in oh my God, I have no patience. I don't give a fuck if you're going to vote for the same person I'm voting. I can promise you that my vote for Trump is for a completely different reason than most of the people are going to vote for him. I don't hold him in any fucking higher standard or higher regard than anybody else on this planet. He's got ideas. His ideas work. They're proven. And between what's there to choose from, then you got to go with that guy. Right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You're going to jump in an Uber with a guy that never had a license and hasn't driven a car? You're going to jump in a fucking Uber with a guy that's got experience driving an Uber? It's not that hard of a decision. Right?
Yeah. I mean, we have a difference of opinion on it. I'm not a difference of opinion about Trump or Harris or anything like that. I'm still at the point of refusing to choose between the lesser of two evils. And one of the things I would suggest that these bigger platforms do is, instead of going and criticizing each side for the dumb shit that they say or whatever, present, if you're pro fucking Trump platform, present Trump's fucking plan and compare it to Kamala's. Right. You know what I mean? Bring the data, bring the shit that I want to hear Trump talk about. I want to hear Kamala talk about. I want to hear their fucking plans. And these platforms could absolutely bring that to people and let people make an informed decision, instead of just going, oh, well, she's a stupid bitch. Oh, well, he's a fucking misogynistic fuckwad or whatever, right? Like, bring me the shit that I care about. I don't give a fuck about all that.
Yeah. No, I don't either. And the thing is, all of these channels that do all of that nonsense, like these people with videos, these people with talking about these woke fucking topics, that they only impact your life because you engage them. Okay? I suggest people start fucking punching every wall they walk by. Just start hitting it and tell me how your fucking hand feels in a week. Do that for a few fucking years. You dumb fucks. You're going to keep engaging these fucking morons? The moron with 57 genders needs to explain to me, how the fuck is it you don't have any problem with 40 million fucking slaves in Africa all being fucking black, used to make the device that you're talking into? Why isn't that the fucking topic?
Because
you want me to talk about your fucking pussy and your dick and what you can and can't do with them? That's more important than the 500,000 kids and women that go missing on our fucking open border? And I'm a racist because I don't want those people fucking hurt and harmed and damaged and destroyed? I'm a racist? You're the racist. You're fucking promoting 40 million slaves and 500,000 women and children being fucking snatched. Who's the fucking racist? Not me. That's the conversation those kids need to be hit with, not, like Candace Owens, oh, life is tough, wear a helmet. Shut the fuck up. When she first started out, she was fine. She was going into the black community. She was bringing a message. And then she got involved with Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, and those other little fucks. And now she's this fucking propaganda fucking queen. And the only reason she got to where she is because she's a black woman, which in my opinion is racist in itself from our side, okay? Because she happens to agree with you or me. And so now she comes out and entertains us like a fucking clown. It's very sad, man, because a woman has got more skill than I got. And she could do so much better for all people, regardless of their fucking color. And what is she doing? She's talking to these fucking kids and going to colleges, and you're having college. For fuck's sakes, Cletus, could you imagine going to a fucking somewhere to talk to a bunch of fucking idiots that you can't agree with anything with, what's the point of having a conversation with a person? I don't get the fucking what's the point?
Yeah,
Except,
I
go ahead.
tried that one night several months ago. You were there, and that didn't fucking work out too well.
Well, look, it's like these people with these conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
There's no fucking traction to talk about that. Like there's that Nikki something, I forget her name. She's an Idaho 4 every fucking day. Idaho fucking 4. New theories, new conspiracies, new this, new that. Has the judge been fucking blackmailed? And all kinds of fucking bullshit topics. Like, to what end? To what end? You got that many thousands of people watching you. Go find a fucking topic and get people involved.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
and bring awareness to people. Like that's the whole point of me talking about the Black Americans. More of us should be fucking seeking out their fucking streams and trying to interact with them. Because you got more in common with them than you do fucking Candace Owens. You're a black fucking fan. You're a fan. I love her. The fuck, man. People don't even know what that word means. They use it so fucking frequently on so many different fucking things. It means about as much as nothing. I love. Oh, Cletus.
Sarge, you're on a roll tonight. Oh, fuck. He pulled up that red and blue map, and it was all downhill from there.
Well, no, but I really think that there's a transformative shift that we're not participating in, and it's happening right in front of our fucking face, and we're just not looking for it or looking to be a part of it. And that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
We should be seeking out people that are different than us, because you're going to find that most of those people have the same common fucking needs and desires that you have.
Well, and that's the thing,
Right.
right? That's what I think we're at a point where we all have the same fucking fundamental issues, and all of the shit that we've been programmed to be upset about that don't really fucking matter. All that shit that doesn't really fucking matter, we don't have the luxury of fucking worrying about. So at the end of the day, I don't even see, regardless of fucking skin color or whatever the fuck else, if you're living in this fucking country, you have the same problem as me. And I have the same problem as you. You know what I mean? And I think it's just a situation where we're all sort of waking up to that.
Yeah. I think really that the biggest problem in America are Americans.
I would agree.
Right? The bunch of dumb fucking, it's so easily fucking entertained. What value does a person like Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens add to anybody's fucking life? A little bit of humor? And they're approaching and confronting and attacking people that have different views of the world than you. Rightly so, their views are crazy, but why are they spending their time engaging that? Who does that benefit besides their own fucking wallet? Not a one of them fucking people could be put out in the fucking woods and said not survive.
Well,
they'd wander around looking for a homosexual to argue with.
Would you say that it's fair to? I would compare that entire type of platform personality to be kind of a propaganda preacher.
Right.
You know, I mean, like I grew up in Southern Baptist communities, right? Everybody went to church Wednesday night. Everybody went to church Sunday night. When they left church, they were the same as they were before they went into church. But everybody felt it 100% necessary to make sure they were there. And it's like at times I would think about that, and I'm like, are you just trying to remind yourself that this is what you believe, even though you don't represent anything about that when you're not in that building? And that's kind of what I see with some of this shit, right? And I'm speaking from personal experience back in 2020, because that's exactly what the fuck we did. Every fucking night we would turn on these same channels, watching the same bullshit that reaffirmed our position on this level of disgust with certain things that really now don't make a fuck about anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would call them propaganda preachers.
somebody in the chat room asked, said, do I need a hug? And the reply to that was, he does, but only use one arm. It's fucking awesome, man.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
Kamala 2024. Let's go, baby. Yeah, go ahead. You got to go down there and fucking sniff that snatcher. See what you come out with. Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
Look at here's a troll, Mike. Mike, I'm pretty sure it was your mother, right? That gave me my first blowjob. I'm relatively sure of that, and it wasn't very fucking good. As a matter of fact, it was another guy that ended up actually sticking his penis in her and making you. Can't blame me for that mistake. I don't know why you're in here. Right?
That's funny.
Go ahead, say something fucking like to show how fucking smart you are in your own mind. Come on. Come on.
MAGA is imploding.
Yeah.
I would say America is Fuck, America imploded already. It's kind of where I see it right now. It's a question of can we fucking resurrect it or not.
See that? Look at this. The funny thing about people like this is these are the people that Candace Owens engages and these other people. And the funny thing is that they provide no value to humanity at all. None. I mean, the world wouldn't even miss somebody like that. It doesn't even have any fucking clue. That level of intelligence is so under. Okay. What you would need to be an average, decent human being, that it's just unfucking speakable. My mother doesn't mess with ugly men. Well, it was dark, and she does like big dicks, so there is that, Mike. You know, what can I say? I can only tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. You hear that? So help me.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, go ahead. Keep trolling around there. I give you my consent. Yeah, I am. I'm quite the loser, bro. But so Cletus, we just happen to we need to find kinship with the fucking people that are in the same boat that we are, and there's more of them. There's lots of Democrats in that same boat, but they're stuck in that fucking pond of Mikes, right? They're surrounded by somebody named Mike. Maybe that's Michelle Obama in here. What up, Kelly? Your penis is bigger than mine, Michelle. I accept that. I have no fucking penis envy on that one.
Well, and I think, it's kind of a situation where the label Democrat, Republican, MAGA, whatever the fuck, just needs to go away, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, right, we're all fucking American, and we all have the same fucking problem. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat. Are your eggs as much as ours? Like, do we all have the same fucking issues? Then who gives a fuck who you vote for or who you have voted for in the past? How do we solve the fucking problem?
Right. Is your life been reduced to eating? Is your life been reduced to being able only to afford processed foods from fucking fast food chains because to go buy the same burger in the store costs twice as much?
Right.
Have you been reduced to that level of fucking existence where now you got to buy 99-cent fucking hamburgers for your kids because these fucking jerk-offs don't know how to manage an economy? Unfucking believable. You got millions of people dead because of Biden and Harris with the wars and fucking. We gave Iran $6 fucking more billion motherfucking dollars to start that war. We paid Iran. Iran gave the money to Hamas. Hamas attacked fucking Israel. And then, now how many more hundreds of thousands are fucking dead? It wasn't like that under Trump. Trump stopped giving anybody money. You fuck around, try to blow other people up. We ain't giving you shit.
You know what the other day I saw some thumbnails about this. I forget what day it was, but it was the Taliban's 3rd anniversary of regaining power, right? And so, as to honor that day, they paraded American fucking military machinery down the street.
I know, in Afghanistan, that was the fucking $85 billion in equipment Biden left behind.
I was looking at that and I'm just like, anybody that sees that and doesn't feel just a little bit fucking aggravated, you need to consider things, right?
Those are the issues that need to be discussed with these people with big accounts. And there's so many of them that they could keep revisiting, expanding upon them. Hey, if you're a hater, Mike. You came in here intentionally to try to start being a little cunt. That's how you came into this room. And the reason you do that, Mike, is because, like all Democrats, your default position on life is you hate people that don't fucking agree with you or don't want to discuss things with you. That's how Democrats have been since this country has started. It's your party that enslaved the fucking blacks and beat them and murdered them. It's your party that's murdering black babies and arguing it's fucking birth control. It's your people doing that, not mine. My people don't believe in any of that. If they asked a question, well, your questions don't have any basis in fucking thought. You're a mindless fucking twit that votes Democrat, or at least maybe you're just in here saying that to get attention. But I'm going to say that this is the last thing I'm going to say to you. Your mother, I hope, has learned how to suck cock properly, and the man she may be with or may not be with is satisfied. It's none of my business. I don't know. Yeah, and I go ahead.
Oh, I'm laughing. Go ahead.
I just get a kick. They don't realize. They think anybody that's different than them needs to be hated. And the bottom line is, I really don't give a fuck what you want to do with your body, who you sleep with, what drug you want to take or not take, what you drink or don't drink. I really don't care about any of that. The only thing that I care about is that we both have a fair understanding that we all need to eat, we all need to sleep, we all need to shit, we all need to have a roof over our head, and we all need to be able to do that on our own or with the assistance of our family, not big government handouts.
I agree. Right? I completely agree. And I think, approaching things that way, and that's what I'm saying, right, is approaching things that way, I think, more than these big platforms approaching things from a Trump side or a Kamala side. Just get down to the fucking root of everybody's problem. Talk about that and talk about the two candidates that we have to choose from and why one is better than the other without fucking attacking either one. Attack their fucking policies, attack their fucking the differences, the weaknesses, and compare the two. That would be beneficial to society.
You know what would be beneficial to the country is, listen, we can all agree that we can move to alternative forms of energy as time moves on, but you can't unplug everything today and think that by unplugging everything and destroying fossil fuels or denying their use will get you anywhere. Because what a lot of these hateful Democrats just don't have the ability to admit or grasp is that it is exactly the only reason that you can even have any of these issues is because fossil fuels exist to begin with to provide you the means to do what you're doing.
Well, but I am going to say this about the hateful Democrats, right? I, honest to God, think that there's just as many hateful Republicans. I don't think it's a balance, an imbalance between the two. I think their approach to their hatefulness balances it out. It brings it back to even. One's quick to jump to the stupid fucking attacks. The other is quick to not say anything and just shut you the fuck down, turn you away completely, right? The hatefulness is there. It's just one is vocalized and one is not. And that's where I think it needs to get more back into even, where one starts talking, one talks less.
There are on the Republican side less and less of people that think you have to live the life according to the Bible than there ever were. I mean, that kind of theology way of judging people has become significantly reduced. Where on the other side, just the opposite, right? If you don't want to date a dude that's got a wig on, then you're a fucking homophobe and you're a fucking hater and you don't like women, and they attack you vehemently because you won't accept their concept of reality. And the reality is you're a boy or you're a girl. And I understand that you could then find attraction between either one of those two genders. But this idea that I have to accept 67 genders and address you in the gender that you think you are, what the fuck? Then you need to call me Job, motherfucker. And my kid is fucking God. Right? I mean, I there was a time where that was actually, where what you're seeing the Democrats do, the other side did it to them only with religion. And I know religion helped keep gay people buried in the back room. And the irony of that is they all became priests and fucked their kids. And they're not happy about that, right? So we should all be able to realize that we're all different, but we all have the same common needs.
Right.
And that the country and your government is there to ensure an even playing field, and that's it. Not give you free surgery to cut your pecker off. Not give free money to an illegal immigrant, right? Not put them above people that have been born and raised here, especially Black Americans, which have more history in this country than fucking 99% of the white people here. That's what gets my goat. Them people have more of a claim to this fucking country than we do. They were here before us. They came. They've been fucking hundreds of years. And how many of the living, breathing Americans actually came during all that time of slavery?
Yeah.
It's just incredible. And they've been conned, lied to, beat, fucking killed. It's insane. They deserve some respect. And I don't think they deserve a reparation or anything like that. But they finally got the way things are for them now. They finally have the opportunity to be judged on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. And they still can't get over the color of their skin because all the Democratic Party talks about is color. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, they got to bring that question up to Trump. Do you think she's a Black American? What the fuck are you even asking that question for? She's an American citizen. She could be fucking pink, Portuguese, and fucking Martian. Who gives a fuck? But they can't stop bringing that up because they're trying to show to Black people how much on their side they are.
Oh, that's
right?
funny.
It's
a pink Portuguese Martian.
I'll take two of them.
Shit you fucking come up with, so that's funny.
It's just fucking. Who gives a fuck? In the end, all I care about is, are you able to fucking get schooling? Are you able to get educated? Like I like that Trump is pushing school choice. That in the Black community should be a huge thing. And yet, again, I put the failing on his campaign. The problem with a lot of inner city schools is they're not educating the kids. And these parents are trapped. They can't send them to a suburban school. They can't send because the government won't let them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
these people should have the ability, like, I can pick up and move and send my kids somewhere else. I have the financial means to do that. And some of these, like, poor families, even white poor families in the city, you don't have that option, and they should have that option. Private schools should also be included in some of the school choices, right?
Yeah.
And he wants that program, and that to me, that should be on billboards across all these inner cities in those swing states I pointed out. I don't know who's running his campaign, but I think I could get all 50 states to vote for the fucking guy. You just need to put some media out there, and you need to put billboards out there that are up there 24 hours a day in a place where all the people in that area can't help but fucking see it.
Maybe you should contact Kamala's campaign and ask to assist.
Ask for what?
Ask to assist. Ask how you can help.
I couldn't help
see if you can help her campaign. And I mean, I'm being, kind of sarcastic, but I'm also kind of serious, right? I mean, if she's got anything about her at all,
right,
then being transparent and being real would be probably the most fair thing that could be done right now.
Right. If you could trust a woman to do the right things, right. And I'm not saying everything Trump does is the right thing, but at least the concept of the economic ability to move, like, she wants to pass a fucking law where governments have price gouging policies against corporations. You can't do that. The government might as well own the business. Who the fuck are you? They do that with cigarettes in New York. Do you realize they're over $15 a pack? And more than 12 of that is tax? Where's my free healthcare card?
$15 a pack?
A pack. And it's all tax. The fucking guy that grows the tobacco, dries the tobacco, chops the tobacco, makes little fucking tubes with cotton in it or whatever. Yeah. Tax the fucking little tiny tube and sticks 20 of them in a fucking package and then wraps it in cellophane and puts it in the carton. That guy's only entitled to $3 a pack.
Yeah.
Where the government doesn't do nothing but just steal your money.
Yeah.
I bought a pack of cigarettes the other day when I was on the road. It was $15.65 for a pack of cigarettes. I almost killed the cashier. They were within a breath of death. They didn't even know
it. Oh, fucking
fuck, bro. Because, you got to lash out at whatever's closest to you. That's just common fucking sense.
And the cashier said, "Thank you, come again."
Thank you, come again. And then I'm on the news. They're like, "Why'd you kill him?" That fucking guy charged me $16 for a pack of cigarettes. That was his death sentence for him. At least these things kill me slowly. He tried to bankrupt me in one transaction. Holy fuck. Anyway, I got him. Look at that. I got his ass. Look at that, folks. I fucking nailed him. I got him. I nailed his ass. Well, since we're at the end of the stream, I want people to realize I don't care what these fucking incompetent, fucking ingrate, hateful fucking Democrats have to say. Matter of fact, like I banned the Republican, I just banned this fucking Democrat. I don't care what party you're from or who the fuck you're voting for. But the minute you start being fucking ignorant, okay, I'm going to throw you the fuck out of here faster than you could click a button. Right? Genealogy knows me. Stacy Karma, a bunch of people know me from when I was in here streaming 4 years ago. My opinion is I am not here for you. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to get anything from you. I don't want your fucking money. I don't want anything from you. If you want to listen, listen. But if you're going to come in and disrupt the stream, or you're not gonna accept common fucking sense, then goodbye. You're the fuck out of here. I got no patience, no time for that. Now I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out and tear the streets up with that with the race car. So everybody be good. Have yourselves a good night, and we'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Well, maybe not. It depends. If the weather's good, when's the 17th? Oh, that's Saturday. Yeah. So I should be back again tomorrow at 9. In the meantime, everybody be good, stay strong, stay safe. I suggest T-bones. They're good food. And take care. From Beijing, China, at the top of Cock Tower, Your Ass Hurts News Network, with your host, Sergeant Friday. Have a good night.